Warrington, the professionals in the supply of high-quality protective clothing and safety products. Whether your needs are large or small, J&K Ross's extensive range of products will ensure your satisfaction. All items are superbly displayed in our extensive showroom, which incorporates our service counter. J&K Ross also invite you to our privileged menswear section with exclusive brands such as Gabici, Scopes, Melka and Farah. Come along and browse with the very latest in men's fashions and enjoy the special discounts available to all supporters of The Wire. Remember, J&K Ross for service on safety and quality men's fashions.
Wow. 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 I'll straight away run through the home team. Brian Johnson's Wire lining up. Fullback is Lee Penny. Centres are Chris Rudd and Alan Bateman. Tony Thornley's wearing 4, Mark Foster's wearing 5, halfbacks Kevin Ellis and Greg Mackey. In the front row for the Wire tonight, we've got Neil Harmon, Dwayne Mann and Bob Jackson. Second row comprising of Gary Sanderson and Paul Cullen, and loose forward for Warrington is Kelly Shelford. Subs tonight, wearing 14, Paul Derbyshire, and number 15 for the Wire is Gary Chambers. A look at Phil Larder's Widnes club then. Fullback for them, Stuart Spruce. On the wing, John Devereux. Centres, Currier and Wright. Opposite wing, the famous Jonathan Davis. Halfbacks for the Chemics tonight, Julian O'Neill and David Hume. Front row comprising of Harvey Howard, Paul Hume and Essane Fire Marlow. Second row, Paul Moriarty and Imosi Coloto. Loose forward for the Chemics tonight, Richard Ayres. Subbing tonight for the visitors are number 14, Dave Myler, and number 15, Kurt Sorensen. Well, as you can see on your screens there, we've got another honoured guest here at Wilderspool Stadium tonight. Our official mascots. I'm just looking at my mascot details. Our mascot tonight is Michael Jackson. Michael's aged 11, attends St Anne's Church of England School. It's nice to see you down here, Mike. I hope you've enjoyed the tour, meeting your heroes from the Warrington team. Michael's hobbies are rugby, snooker and fishing. I'll second that. I love all three of those myself. Michael's favourite players here at Wilderspool are Dwayne Mann and Neil Harmon. So once again, thanks to Michael Jackson for coming down to Wilderspool tonight. I hope he enjoys the game and I hope his favourite players have big games. Now I've got with me from the Widnes Club my colleague at Micron Video, Paul Cook, who's going to be summarising through the game with myself, Bill Stewardson. So I'll bring Paul in now, who can perhaps sketch in a few of the characters for you on the Widnes team and point out who the players are to watch.
Well, in 3 out of the last 4 games, Widnes have hit the best form of the season. running an average of 50 points in those 3 games, and outstanding in the victories over Salford, Swinton and Sheffield last weekend have been Andy Currier in the centre, perhaps playing his best rugby for 2 or 3 seasons. A resurgent Imosi Koloto in the second row, who's come back from a bad neck injury to reclaim a first-team place as his own. And also this season's star player, Richie Ayres, who's been outstanding in either the second row or at loose forward. Those 3 players have been the players to watch for Widnes. And also Jonathan Davis now returned to the team, playing at slightly out of position on the wing. He scored 54 points in the last 2 games, and he's sure to be a player for Wire to watch.
So thanks to Paul Cook there. He's warmed it up as far as the Widnes stars go. Widnes have been getting a bit of a roll on in recent weeks. Warrington have been getting a roll on as well. Were unluckily beaten by Leeds. They've beaten Wigan, went to Castleford for a hard-earned win on Friday last week. So there's the form fire. Warrington's defence will have to be careful out wide with the flying Welshman Jonathan Davis knocking about. Our match official tonight made the journey over from Castleford is Russ Smith. Good luck to him. These encounters can get a bit fiery at times. So I'll get the stopwatch in operation. We're underway. The ball goes deep there into the Warrington quarter where it's fielded in goal by Mackey. Warrington bring the ball 12 metres out from their own line. Big tackle comes in from Harvey Howard wearing 8. There's Gary Sanderson attacking the quarter line. Disappears under 3 tacklers, amongst them Hussein Fire Marlow. Dwayne Mann assumes a role. It's with Gary Sanderson once again. Big tackle midfield from Koloto. There's Dwayne Mann. Goes alone. Russ Smith dragging back the Widnes defence, the 10 metres. There's a kick from Kelly Shelford. Kicks at the touch line. Fielded safely. Stuart Spruce in possession then. Well tackled by Chris Rudd, wearing 2. Ball thrown inside. It's with Darren Wright. Big tackle upon Wright. Our match official's not so keen on that tackle. Did you see anything wrong there, Paul?
He seemed to catch one just round the face as he went down in the tackle. I don't think it was aimed high in the first place, but the way Wright was falling in the tackle, he certainly caught one around the mouth.
So there's the first penalty of the evening then. Goes to the Chemics, the visitors. 15 metres picked up on the kick. So here's the restart then. Widnes skipper Paul Hume takes the tap penalty. Harvey Howard charging onto the ball. Hume will throw for scrum half David Hume. There's Fire Marlow charging big style midfield. Tackled by Cullen and Jackson. Widnes moving the ball smartly at this point, attacking the quarter line. Richard Ayres, big run from him. So it's all Widnes at this point. Goes through David Hume. Widnes moving the ball very smartly indeed. It's with Darren Wright. Big tackle upon him from Neil Harmon. That's Paul Moriarty attacking the try line. Ball's lost in the tackle. Will result in a scrum down with advantage to the Warrington club, I believe. Well, for once the commentator is in fact correct. You've already heard from Paul Cook before the start of the game. Widnes have got a roll on. Warrington have been playing well, Paul. Should be a close, exciting game.
Well, I think the form both teams have shown in the last few weeks, particularly Warrington's away victory at Weldon Road, and Widnes about time turning on the style in the last few games. Warrington-Widnes games always renowned for being close and hard, and I can't see this one being any different.
So thanks to Paul there. Warrington taking the scrum. There's Sanderson busting the quarter line. Sanderson plays the ball. It's thrown inside for Neil Harmon. Suspiciously high tackle there. Well spotted by match official Russ Smith. Bit of argy-bargy breaks out. Nothing to write home about. Penalties go 1 apiece. Wind blowing in to Wildersfield from the left-hand side upon your screens. Russ Smith stamping his authority on the game straight away. One of the better referees in the RFL at the moment. 15 metres picked up on the kick once again. So this time Warrington will get a set of 6 from within the Widnes half. It's with Greg Mackey. Unloads for Harmon. Harmon unloads for Kevin Ellis. Tony Thornley battered in the tackle. Harvey Howard teams up there with a colleague to put Thornley away. Big style. Here's Bob Jackson, former Cronulla and Penrith. 30 metres out from the Warrington line, it's with Mackey. Mackie organising his troops. There's Ellis, here's Paul Cullen. It's with Alan Bateman, Rudd's on his outside. Bateman hauled down just on the quarter line by number 4, Darren Wright. So here's Kelly Shelford then, Kiwi Test player. Will play the ball for Dwayne Mann, fellow Kiwi Test player. Mann goes short side, kicks in goal. The tackle is exacted in goal upon fullback Stuart Spruce. Will give us a drop out from under the post. Bit of disquiet coming in from the Chemix fans there, Paul. Do you think the referee was correct?
Well, look, from here, like Spruce was clearly behind the line. He seemed to claim himself as he went running after the referee that he got the ball back into play, but he looked 2 or 3 yards back and didn't seem to stretch out in time. It was a good set of 6 tackles from Warrington, took the ball forward and a good kick on the end of it.
So there we have it then. Warrington finally getting into the game. We've now played close on 5 minutes. It's with Paul Cullen, long-serving professional player at Wilderspool Stadium. Cullen refusing to go down. Finally does so after being tackled by Howard and Fire Marlow. There's Gary Sanderson, hitting it up central. Huge tackle upon Sanderson. Here's Dwayne Mann. Here's Shelford. Here's Bateman. Bateman battered in the tackle. First tackling coming in from the Chemix at this point. Paul Hume involved in the tackle there, the Widnes skipper. It's with Greg Mackey. Gary Sanderson, who was outstanding at Weldon Road, disappears underneath David Hume. Both the Humes Great Britain internationals. Here's Mackey. Chris Rudd unable to take the pass. Ball goes into touch, will give us a scrum down with advantage to the Chemix. Healthy crowd attending the game here tonight at Wilderspool Stadium. Plenty of feeling between both of the clubs. Both have ended losing runs big style recently. Scrum there to the Chemix. Scrum count 1 apiece. Jonathan Davis, hammered, plays the ball. There's Coloto, tackled at the quarter line. There's Moriarty in possession. Gang tackle breaks out upon Moriarty. Everybody involved in the tackle. Moriarty plays the ball. Widnes attacking central. 12 metres short of the half. Personnel set deep left. Look for late runners coming. Big tackle supplied there by Neil Harmon for the Warrington club. Looks like kick time for the Chemix. Ball kick fairly central. Evades Chris Rudd. Rolls into touch. Does not roll into touch. Ruddy retrieves it just short of the touchline. Davis involved in the tackle with Darren Wright. Warrington deep in their own quarter then. Here's Lee Penny. Tackle by Paul Hume. Mackey at half back. Feeds Bob Jackson. Jackson tackles straight away, 23 metres out. Match official awards a penalty for holding down in the tackle, 50-50 penalty. So Chris Rudd will kick for touch then. Win behind him. Picks up 12 metres with the kick. Dwayne Mann wearing 9 will restart proceedings. There's a big tackle 8 metres inside the Widnes half then. There's Greg Mackey. There's Gary Sanderson. Sanderson battered. Sanderson well hammered by Emosi Coloto. Dwayne Mann goes alone, looks for support on his forthcoming. He's tackled by Fire Marlow. Kevin Ellis acting half. Feeds Bob Jackson. Jackson charging for the quarter line, doesn't make it. Tackled by Harvey Howard. There's a bit of a mix-up at the play the ball. Russ Smith waves play on. It's kick time for the wire then. Look for Greg Mackey to orchestrate a move here. Mackey in possession. Chips for the corner flag. Ruddy's away. Jonathan Davis does super there to take the ball on the full in goal. Try saving the take from Davis there, Paul.
Yeah, great catch by Davis over his own shoulder. He was under a lot of pressure from the Warrington three-quarters coming up. It was a good kick by Mackey. Would have bounced in the in-goal area, but Davis alive to that one, saving the day.
So here we have, right underneath our commentary position, Andy Currier, correction, Richard Ayres cropping up. There's Coloto, 2 metres short of the half. Coloto plays the ball, Hume throws right. There's Fire Marlow tackled. 9 minutes played at Wilderspool Stadium now. Still no points on the board. There's a kick again, rolling into touch, 3 metres short of the try line. Will result in a scrum down with the advantage to the Warrington club. Big vocals coming in from the travelling Widnes supporters at the moment. Away to our right. Greg Mackey will eventually feed the scrum. Possession should go to the Warrington club here. Third scrum of the evening. One apiece at the moment. Russ Smith has whistled and stopped the clock. Not sure what's going on. I think a Widnes player's got a problem with a boot. Lots of abuse coming down from the Fletcher end for the Widnes player. Eventually this scrum forms. Warrington come up in possession. Scrum's 2-1. There's a big tackle from Richie Ayres, midfield. Chris Rudd feeling the force there. However, Paul Cullen in possession. Feeds on. It's Alan Bateman hammered. Dwayne Mann sweeping, takes possession. Nothing between these two teams at the moment. Going to be a close one. There's Gary Sanderson. Sanderson unloads for Kevin Ellis. Ellis goes central. Warrington doing well to keep the ball alive in the tackle there. There's Neil Harmon. Harmon well tackled, plays the ball quickly. We have Greg Mackey in possession for Kelly Shelford. There's a kick for the corner flag once again. Stuart Spruce well alive at the back, takes possession super style. Chris Rudd on the tackle, assisted by Bateman. Lee Penny turns up, 3-man Warrington tackle there. Spruce plays the ball through Davis. Goes through Hume. There's Devereaux. Ex-Bridgend. Paul Hume in possession. Dwayne Mann supplies the tackle. So there's David Hume in possession. Throws a long ball for Imosi Coloto. Ball's lost in the tackle. Warrington have come up in possession. Well, much to the disgust of the supporters on the far side, referee Russ Smith has given the knock-on, in my opinion, is correct. I'll pass the mic over to Paul to describe that decision for you.
Well, I think it was definitely a knock-on. The ball popped up, Warrington player looking to run onto it. Couldn't take hold the first time. And although the fans always see it a little different than the referee, it looked certainly that the ball went forward as it left the Warrington player's hands.
Well, Widnes coming up in possession from the scrum. It's with Coloto, central. Big tackle supplied there by Greg Mackey. Correction, Kevin Ellis. So the ball's coming our way, right underneath our position. There's Thornley in the tackle, assisted by Bateman. Richie Ayres takes 3 tacklers to put him away. Paul Hume acting half. There's Julian O'Neill releasing. A St. Marlow tackle then. Paul Cullen on the tackle. There's Harvey Howard. Running central, still alive. Unloads a sloppy ball, well collected by Darren Wright. It's kick time for the Widnes club then. Got the wind in their faces. There's a high bomb, that'll have snow on it. Big panic in the Warrington ranks. Lee Penny does superb. Lee Penny taking the ball extremely well there. Something tells me that he will enjoy playing for the Great Britain under-21s. Plays the ball at the quarter. Dwayne Mann unloads super style. There's Welsh flyer Alan Bateman. Bateman taking a big hit round the throat. Well, I tell you what, Russ Smith's going to have to be on his toes to keep up with this. I'll pass the mic over for Paul Cook.
Well, that was certainly a penalty, and there's no wonder the referee wants a word with Harvey Howard. But I think Widnes wasted the kick a little on that last set of 6. All the players seemed to overrun Lee Penny, perhaps thinking the ball was going to bounce and then go behind the fullback. But Penny, under no pressure, took it well, managed to run the ball out. Then two more tackles, Widnes give away a penalty. So Warrington should be able to make ground up towards halfway.
Well, thanks to my colleague from the Widnes club there. Lee Penny certainly supplied a big take. Widnes players charging down upon him. Here's a ball for us. Sails over the top. So 13.5 minutes played at Wilderspool Stadium. Still no points upon the board. Dwayne Mann restarts. There's Bob Jackson. Jackson playing the ball. It's with Greg Mackey. Here's Kevin Ellis. Paul Cullen. Tony Thornley. Thornley unloads for Ellis once again. Here's Dwayne Mann going central, obstructed off the ball. Russ Smith's having none of it. David Hume in possession. Tackle supplied at the quarter line, ball unloaded. It's with John Devereux. So there's an exciting passage of rugby fire. There's Moriarty charging onto the ball. Neil Harmon involved in the tackle. There's a bit of a messed up play the ball. Russ Smith quite rightly allows play to proceed. There's Jackson in the tackle at the half. Once again the ball's underneath us. There's Richie Ayres. It's kick time for the Chemics once again. Ball angled in at the corner flag. Will go out of play in goal. Imosi Coloto giving Paul Cullen a bit of a mauling there. Paul Cullen's not enjoying it either. Bit of a scuffle off the ball. Nothing serious. Meanwhile, we have Gary Sanderson tackled. Here's Greg Mackey. Here's Kevin Ellis. Kelly Shelford busts the half. Suspiciously high tackle again. Well, Russ Smith is going to run out of patience eventually. Too many high tackles have been thrown in this game so far. This time Andy Courier is the culprit. Escapes with a ticking off. Touch judges on the park. Well, Russ Smith is one of our younger referees in the RFL. I've always liked watching him officiate. Once again, he's calling the player out. Well, big boos coming in from the Brian Bevins stand there, Paul. Have we seen a few too many fouls, do you think?
Well, certainly from a Widnes point of view, we are. It's 4 penalties Widnes have given away. I don't think that high tackle was as bad as the earlier one by Harvey Howard. Courier seems to be reaching round the player from the back, but I think if there are 1 or 2 more, the referee's certainly going to take decisive action, and that'll either mean a spell in the sin bin or a sending off for someone.
There we have it. Another penalty to the Warrington club then. So the 2 points will be attempted by Tony Thornley in the 17th minute here at Wilderspool Stadium. Still no score at this point. It is to be hoped that Rugby League prevails. Don't need to see the game degenerate. Tony Thornley will be taking the penalty from the quarter line. About 14 metres to the left of the post as he looks. Wynn slightly behind him. There's the kick. Hits the post. Well, there's a let-off for the Widnes club. They have possession. Sets of 6 from deep in their own quarter. Moriarty unloads a great ball. It's with Darren Wright. Widnes looking sharp there. Greg Mackey in the tackle, was stamped upon after the tackle. Russ Smith didn't see it. Penalty to the Widnes club. Certainly no quarter being asked out there on that pitch at this point. Never is between these two old foes, of course. Warrington fielding the same 13 to start the game. It started the game at Weldon Road on Friday. There's the kick for touch right underneath us. Widnes will restart at the half. It's Paul Hume. There's a run midfield from Harvey Howard. Howard tackles still at the half. Runners all over the place. It's with Paul Moriarty. Big tackle supplied by Neil Harmon, assisted by Dwayne Mann. Ball's coming back inside central. There's a big run. Widnes starting to look threatening. Imosi Coloto finally tackled. There's a run in the centre of the park once again from David Hume. Widnes pressing hard then. 18.5 minutes played. Andy Courier scooting away. Warrington sliding defence up to the job this far in. There's a grubber kick. Widnes player looks offside to me. Russ Smith on the job. Agrees with me. That is a penalty to the Warrington club. Another close call in the Warrington defence there, Paul. Was our official correct?
I think he was. It looked like the 2 Widnes players, I think it was Ayres and Devereux, had both overrun the kicker, Julian O'Neill. Devereux was slightly the further back of the 2. but even then I think he was just ahead of the kicker. But once again, Widnes, when they got into the quarter, did well, produced a good kick on the end of the 6 tackles and put Warrington under pressure.
Well, that pressure came to nothing. Warrington in possession at the quarter line. Set of 6 to go then. That's Gary Sanderson. 30 metres from his own line. Will play the ball for Dwayne Mann. Look for runners coming. Here's Mackey. Unloads for Sanderson. Moriarty on the tackle. Ball goes short side. It's with Paul Cullen, juggling act. The Widnes club come up in possession in the shape of Darren Wright. There's a big tackle supplied once again by Greg Mackey. Little bit of feeling in that tackle. Paul Cullen on the tackle. Ball's going midfield through SN Firemarlow. Bob Jackson supplies the tackle. Widnes with personnel set deep right. Look for late runners coming once again. There's Julian O'Neill and loads. Big run central, Richard Ayres. 13 metres out from the Warrington line. Here's David Hume. Here's Moriarty. Sliding defence coming across, doing the job. Widnes pressing hard then. It's with Andy Courier, kicks through. Kicks slightly too strong. So we've seen plenty of attacking rugby this far in on this Micron presentation from both teams. There's testimonial man Mark Forster, hammered in the tackle by Harvey Howard. Forster plays the ball. Here's Bob Jackson. Jackson head down, charging central. Put away by Coloto. Exciting rugby league being played for you. Here's Greg Mackey. Paul Cullen. Cullen well met by Moriarty and Ayres. Plays the ball. There's Sanderson, breaks the half. So here's Greg Mackey. Here's Kevin Ellis. Kicks the ball into the pocket. Pressure applied to Stuart Spruce. Ball is in goal. Wind blows it dead. 22 minutes played now here at Wilderspool. Still awaiting the first points of the night. Will be a tap restart from the quarter line. Paul Hume will instigate proceedings. John Devereux, well tackled. Neil Harmon supplies the tackle. There's a runner short side. That's Firemarlow charging onto the ball. It's coming our way. Warrington up on defence. Nice move midfield, David Hume. There's Devereux. Well tackled by Mark Forster. Widnes bringing the ball central again. Must feel that their forwards are superior to the Warrington forwards. We'll have to see about that. There's a big run midfield again. Andy Courier. It's kick time for the Chemics. 19 metres out from the Warrington line. Look for the ball to be lifted. It's a grubber kick into the in-goal area again. Lee Penny does the safe thing, knocks the ball dead. Widnes seem to be doing all that attacking central, Paul. Do you think that they're under the impression their forwards are superior?
Well, the forwards have certainly been playing well in the last few games. They've been running it up hard. And I think the way things have been going, I think the back three, Moriarty, Coloto and Ayres, might just be able to break the line and make a few breaks for the 3 quarters. I think Widnes, when they do get into the quarter, might just be better trying to move it to the flanks a little bit faster and try and out with this sliding defence Warrington are using.
Thanks to Paul there. There's Stuart Spruce tackled. It's with Jonathan Davis, the £1 million man of rugby league. There's Moriarty. Bateman on the tackle, Ellis on the tackle. Ball lost in the tackle, Bateman takes possession. So Warrington have a set of 6 then, 10 metres from their own line. Haven't spent much time in the Widnes half. There's Mackey tackled by Davis. Correction, it's Penny. Lee Penny didn't enjoy that tackle. Meanwhile, Neil Harmon dragged down 24 metres out. Here's Mackey. Mackey darting central. Well hammered by Ayres and Firemarlow. Here's Sanderson. All the balls being kept in the centre of the field at this point. It's been all forwards. There's Shelford, former Kiwi Test player. Bateman's on the chase. Superbly taken there. David Hume did a super take there. Meanwhile, ball's at the quarter with Spruce. Unloads. Julian O'Neill in possession. Feeds Richie Ayres. Big tackle breaks out from the Warrington cover defence. Once again, ball's going central. Paul Cullen, crash tackle upon Andy Courier. Ball's coming our way. That's Coloto tackled at the half. It's Paul Moriarty. Welsh international Paul Moriarty will play the ball. That's Coloto, feeds on. Once again, the kick angled at the corner flag. Chris Rudd in possession. Straightens up. Tackled by Wright and Davis. Alan Bateman acting half. Feeds Greg Mackey. Here's Ellis. Ball's thrown over Tony Thornley. It's with Mark Forster. 3 white shirts round him. Forster nowhere to go. Warrington being penned deep in their own half. Here's Jackson. Head down charging central. 10 metres short of the half. Ball will be thrown for Mackey. Mackey in possession. Feeds Neil Harmon and loads for Thornley. Thornley's going. Super tackle upon Thornley. Excellent flowing move there from the Warrington club. Great defence, and yet another penalty to the wire. Holding down in the tackle, says Russ Smith. Not seen much running rugby this far, Paul. I think we could do with a bit more.
Well, that was a great passage of play from Wire. They got the penalty on the end of it as well. I think both sides, when they tried to move it about, found the defences are coming up really quick, and at the same time they're hitting hard as well. It's not just a case of the defences waiting to meet them, the forwards are getting up and really knocking the man down.
Well, once again, Tony Thornley will attempt to put 2 points on the board. 26 minutes played now, still pointless at Wilderspool Stadium. Thornley 30 metres out, fairly central, perhaps 7 metres to the right of the post as he looks. Tony Thornley, ex-Woolston amateur, strikes it well through the post, so there's your first score. 26 minutes, Warrington 2, Widnes 0. Well, unspotted by me, thanks to my colleague Paul Cook. Kurt Sorensen has appeared on the park, wearing 15. I'm sure that the Warrington spectators will be well pleased to see him knocking about. I believe Harvey Howard's the man to leave. Here we go, there's the restart. Score reads Warrington 2, Widnes 0. There's Greg Mackey in possession. Here's Paul Cullen, charging central. Cullen well tackled by Emosi Coloto. There's Gary Sanderson. Kurt Sorensen gets involved straight away. Here's Dwayne Mann. Sorensen putting Mann away. Paul Cullen acting half. Here's Bob Jackson. Head down. Sorensen on the tackle again. Assisted by Moriarty. Here's Greg Mackey. Mackey spots half a gap, unable to go through it. Bit of a delay at the play of the ball. I think Greg Mackey was tackled on top of the balls, had the wind knocked out of him. Physio comes on to see that Mr. Mackey can continue. Meanwhile, Kevin Ellis plays the ball. There's Kelly Shelford. Kicks into the pocket. Super take John Devereux. Devereux can go, has got extreme pace and power. Well tackled. Neil Harmon on the tackle. Ball's gone short side. Tackle 2 metres short of the half, supplied by Paul Cullen. Here's Kurt Sorensen on his first run. Well tackled and loads the ball in the tackle. Big shouts for a knock-on, it clearly was not. Widnes starting to buzz, keeping the ball alive. Have personnel to spare left-hand side. Well, there's an anywhere ball thrown. Kevin Ellis knocks on. If Widnes had moved the ball a bit smarter there, Paul, there could have been a try begging.
I think they might have done better to make it go through each pair of hands, just make the Warrington players commit themselves to the tackle. As it is, they're fortunate enough to get the feed. Ellis covering up, knocking on. But I think once again, just trying to hold the ball a little too long and not get it to the flanks quite fast enough.
So the score remains 2 points to 0 to the home team, Brian Johnson's Warrington. There's Darren Wright tackled, 10 metres inside the wire half. Here's Hume, feeds on, it's with Richie Ayres. Forward pass, says our match official, Russ Smith. will result in another scrum down, advantage to the wire. 10 minutes to half-time then, just 2 points so far in this Stones Bitter Championship game. If Warrington were to take the win, would leapfrog above Widnes in the league table. That's a scrum to the wire. There's Tony Thornley. Thornley's broke the half. Tackled by David Hume. Ball's played, it's for Greg Mackey. Mackey looking for the option, finds it in the form of Tony Thornley. Thornley does brilliant to lose 2 tacklers. Here's Ellis. Kevin Ellis midfield. Super exhibition of tackling supplied by both teams so far. There's Sanderson going central. 3 white shirts put him away. 18 metres inside the Widnes half. Runners all over the place for the Warrington club. It's Mackey. Kicks in goal. Ball will go dead. Will give us a restart for the Widnes club. Big crowd in here at Wilderspool, all quiet at the moment. Absorbing stages of the game. Widnes in possession. Stuart Spruce well tackled. Harmon on the tackle. There's Paul Hume going central. Put away by Jackson and Cullen. 4 metres short of the half. Tense moments at Wilderspool Stadium then. Both defences on top this far into the game. There's John Devereux leaving defenders in his wake. Ball is played. Goes for Andy Courier. There's Richard Ayres, well tackled. Alan Bateman supplying the tackle. There's Courier again going short side. Defence has opened up and Courier strides in for a simple try. I'll pass the mic across to Paul Coote to describe that try fire.
Well, that's been typical of Andy Courier in the last 3 or 4 games. He was first man up to the play the ball. He wants the ball all the time. He could see that Warrington was short, picked it up and ran the 18 yards to score himself to put Widnes in the lead for the first time.
Well, the defence certainly opened up there, invited the run from Courier. He doesn't need a second invitation. Score presently 4-2 then, with the conversion to come. So, Jonathan Davis couldn't have a more difficult conversion attempt. So with 6 minutes to go till half-time, score reads Warrington 2, the visitors, Phil Larder's Widnes 4. Shelford restarts. Ball's taken at the quarter line. Widnes in front then by 2 points. There's Sanderson involved in the tackle. Widnes looking sharp, looking lively. There's Paul Moriarty. Paul Cullen on the tackle. Widnes with personnel left and right. Ball will come our way. Dummy half goes alone. It's Paul Hume. Busts the halfway line. Tackle's being got through very quickly as usual. There's Richard Ayres. There's tackle midfield. Ball's coming our way. There's Julian O'Neill. Chips into the pocket. Mark Foster cleans up. Foster in possession. Once again, Warrington pen deep in their own half. Tackles being used up. Here's Kevin Ellis. Super tackle upon Ellis from Andy Courier, try-scoring hero for the Widnes club a moment ago. There's Alan Bateman. Bateman tackled by Darren Wright. Dummy thrown by Dwayne Mann, ends up with Neil Harmon attacking the halfway line, goes down 4 metres short. Here's Dwayne Mann kicking for position. Super kick it is, just bounces into touch. 5 minutes to go till half-time. You think the scoreline reflects the game fairly at this point, Paul?
I think it does just about. There's not been much between the two teams. I think Widnes have spent slightly more time in their opposition's quarter, but just 2 points in it. If it stays that way at half-time, I don't think either coach will have too much to grumble about.
So the scrum's forming then, 10 metres from the Widnes line. Scrum to the visitors. Big run out of his own quarter there from David Hume. Here's that man, Jonathan Davis. immediately battered by Greg Mackey and Chris Rudd. Ball's midfield once again with Darren Wright. Hume assumes the role acting half. It's amongst the big boys. Well, whistle goes there straight away. Immediate whistle from Russ Smith. Widnes player looks to have taken a knock. First penalty we've had for a few minutes there, Paul. Is our match official correct?
I think so. I think there was plenty of Coloto below his head to hit for that tackle. I think both teams have tried to keep the tackles low, and until then the player was just hanging off Coloto's head and there wasn't really much else the referee could do. I think both teams learned the lesson after the opening 15 minutes and in general have been keeping the tackles down.
Well, the Widnes player certainly looks to be a bit dazed by that. Widnes physio's on the field once again. So that results in a kick for touch, which Julian O'Neill will take, puts the ball safely into the Brian Bevan stand. Will give us a restart just beyond the half, another set of 6 for the Widnes club then. Here's Kurt Sorensen, tackled immediately. Sanderson on the tackle, ball is midfield once again. Big defence being called for now from Brian Johnson's men. Widnes moving the ball quickly for Devereux. Devereux hammered at the quarter line. Just 2 points in the game at the moment, remember. There's Paul Moriarty. Moriarty refusing to be tackled. Excellent run from Moriarty there. 4 metres from the Warrington line then. Tackles in hand. Big defence called for. There's Julian O'Neill. Releases a great ball for Courier. The try line is begging. And Darren Wright crosses for an excellent try. Well, I could see that one coming. I'll bring in Paul Cooke once again.
Well, Widnes certainly had the numbers on the left-hand side and Warrington were very short. Julian O'Neill did the right thing. For a moment it looked like he was going to run behind one of his own players, which would have ruled out the try, and instead he got the pass to Courier, and when Courier was held he could see that Darren Wright was clear, lofted the pass over the top, and Wright with the easiest of chances.
So that's the second try of the game so far. Both of the tries up to now have gone to the Widnes club. Well, Jonathan Davis then would prefer to be kicking this ball from about 10 metres further in. However, perfectly capable, excellent kicker, all-round top-class player, Jonathan Davis. He struck that one much better. It's a super kick. It's 2 more points to the Widnes club. So here's a restart then at the half. Score reading Warrington 2, Widnes 10. Tries up to now from Courier and Wright for the Widnes club. There's Moriarty again refusing to be tackled. It was a big run from him just a few moments ago that caused the opening for the try. There's a big tackle midfield. Well, the match official will eventually run out of patience with the high tackles. Can't see who he's calling out for that one. Penalties are starting to crop up a bit too regularly. Well, that's a final warning there for Paul Cullen, I believe. Warrington captain Dwayne Mann was called out as well. Paul Cullen receiving a lengthy telling off. Another penalty to the Chemics then. So Julian O'Neill will kick for touch. His club 8 points to the good then. Another ball kicked over the top of the Brian Bevan stand. Paul Hume restarts proceedings. There's that man Sorensen leading with the elbow. Well tackled, just short of the half. Dwayne Mann on the tackle. Widnes keeping the ball tied in midfield, doing the job for them this far in. Tackle at the halfway line. Fire Marlowe, the man tackled. There's Ayres. Ayres unable to unload on that occasion. Once again, the ball's central with David Hume. Neil Harmon supplies the tackle. in injury time. 40 seconds of injury time now then. Widnes moving the ball smartly. Another score before half-time would bring the house down for them. There's Devereaux wearing 2. Hammered at the quarter line. It's kick time. 1 tackle to go then in injury time. It's a grubber kick for touch from Andy Currier. Will result in a scrum down, advantage to the Warrington club. So scrum forms, 12 metres out from the Warrington line. Mackie will feed. Warrington should come up in possession and do. Russ Smith unhappy with that. We will have another scrum. Once again, Mackie feeds. Emerges in possession. It's with Matt Forster. Foster attacks the quarter line, unable to get there. It's Kevin Ellis. It's Gary Sanderson. Risky football being played in their own red zone then by the Warrington club. There's Ellis. Runs into Dwayne Mann. Stuart Spruce turns up, completes the tackle. 42 minutes played now here at Wilderspool Stadium. There's Neil Harmon. Dragging defenders with him. Midway in his own half. Here's Paul Cullen. Cullen head down, charging hard. 3 tacklers on him. Cullen plays the ball for Dwayne Mann then. Mann angles the ball in at the corner flag once again. Ball will roll dead. Ball will not roll dead. Excellent work supplied there. Believe it's... Well, your commentator was stumped there for a second. However, there's John Devereaux. Deep in his own quarter. 43 minutes played now. It's Sorensen. Well tackled by Neil Harmon. There's the half-time hooter with a half-time score. Warrington 2, Widnes 10. Not a bad half for the Widnes club, Paul.
No late on in the half. They seem to be assuming control a little bit. Paul Moriarty was taking a lot of stopping. Made a good run that brought Widnes a try. That late try from Darren Wright. I think if the scores had been a little bit closer, it might have been a fair reflection on the whole 40 minutes. But just for their efforts in those last 5 or 10 minutes, I think Widnes deserves to be ahead.
Well, thanks to Paul Cook there. Whatever you're doing at the moment, don't leave your screens. Big game on at Wilderspool Stadium. So here we are again, Wilderspool Stadium for the second half of a Stones Bitter Championship game. Widnes are visitors, leading by 10 points to 2. There's the restart. Like I've said, Widnes 8 points to the good, deservedly so at half-time. There's a big tackle straight away from Paul Cullen. Widnes deep in their own quarter. Warrington coming out of the blocks like grease lightning then. There's Paul Moriarty, had a big first half. Almost away once again. There's a knock on. Russ Smith has spotted it. Bit of chat back to our match official. He'll take no notice, so that will be a scrum down. 8-point advantage for the Widnes club, Paul. I'll put you on the spot. Will they hang on to it?
I think they will, although that's not the start they wanted to the second half. I think Phil Dard have been looking for him to keep it quiet for 10 minutes and kick deep, making Warrington go the length of the field if they wanted good field position. As it is, Widnes have coughed the ball up and now back in their own quarter.
Thanks to Paul there. That's Kelly Shelford going central. 10 metres from the Warrington line. Dwayne Mann, half-back. It's with Bob Jackson. Head down, driving central. 2-man tackle upon Bob Jackson. Widnes operating a condensed defence. Warrington have men over on the right. Drive was made central. 2 metres short, ball's coming our way. It's with Mackey, throws out a long pass for Thornley. Thornley feeds Mark Forster. Andy Currier's up to the job defensively. It's kick time for the Warrington club then. Tony Thornley lifts the bomb central. Ball safely gathered by that man Jonathan Davis. Warrington coming out looking really alert in this second half. There's a tackle central. Alan Bateman supplying the tackle. There's Sorensen. Takes some putting away. Kelly Shelford on the tackle with fellow Kiwi Dwayne Mann. There's a huge hit in the tackle from Bob Jackson. Richie Ayres, the man on the end of it, will play the ball for Paul Hume. There's a tackle right below our commentary position here in the ozone layer at Wilderspool Stadium. There's Andy Courier. It's a grubber kick, goes into touch. Will be a scrum down Warrington's advantage. We're now beyond halfway in the Stones Bitter Championship season. All the clubs struggling to make the top four for home draws in the Premiership. Both of these two teams on view fire have been going well of late. Mackie feeds, scrum to the Warrington club. Here's Mark Forster. Big tackle upon Forster, supplied by Julian O'Neill. There's Sanderson receiving a pass from Ellis. Sanderson picks up good metres running. Dwayne Mann feeds Neil Harmon. Moriarty on the tackle. Bit of defensive work to go with his outstanding attacking work so far. Here's Greg Mackey looking for the option. Feeds Tony Thornley. Thornley breaks a half. Moriarty on the tackle. There's Dwayne Mann going alone. Nothing doing on that occasion. 1 metre inside the Chemics half. It's kick time. Kevin Ellis weighs up the options. Lifts a high bomb 3 metres behind himself. Takes his own kick. Somebody needs to kick the ball. It's still the last tackle. Ellis does just that. Kicks it up the touch line. Gives Stuart Spruce a chance to get warm. Spruce on the move. Tackled 10 metres out from his own line. Ball is played quickly. Here's Devereux. Devereux is going. Brilliant tackle upon Devereux there. Supplied by Mark Forster. Shelford on the tackle. It's Andy Courier in possession. 23 metres out then. Here come the runners. Bob Jackson on the tackle. Warrington's tackling looks 2 yards sharper than it did in the first half. Ball's going central. It's with Kurt Sorensen. Sorensen plays for Hume. There's a chip kick over the defence. Greg Mackey's on duty at the back. Fouled after the ball and then takes a foot around the head. I don't think there was anything intentional there. I hope Russ Smith doesn't overreact to that. Just one of those things. The two players were tangled up after the ball was taken. There was no intent, nothing malicious. A word in the air is good enough for Imoti Koloto. Well, for my money there, Paul, I think Russ Smith has handled that situation well.
Yeah, I don't think there's any more action needed against Koloto there. Like you say, it was a tangle when the players got up. Every player follows up his own kick and always takes out the man with the ball, whether he gets rid of it or not. And I think Mackey just got caught up. I don't think there's anything more needed to be done by the referee.
Well, once again, 10 out of 10 for the match official. Bob Jackson playing the ball midfield. There's Mackey once again. Feeds Kevin Ellis. Ellis straightens up. It's Dwayne Mann. Mann going alone. Well tackled by Richard Ayres. Here's Greg Mackey coming more and more into the game. Orchestrates most of the Warrington attacking moves, does Greg Mackey. Dwayne Mann acting half. Warrington have men over right side again. Kelly Shelford unloads brilliantly. It's with Dwayne Mann. Greg Mackey looking to release a long ball. So does Chris Rudd in possession. Widnes cover is across. Warrington pressing hard then. It's kick time for the wire. Somebody needs to lift the ball. Shelford puts the kick in. Moriarty cleaning up at the back. Paul Moriarty seems to be all over the place at the moment. I'm sure there's 3 of him. However, Widnes coming out central. Bob Jackson on the tackle. Widnes keeping the ball central then. It's not done him any harm this far in. 8 points up. Looking to break free from their own red zone, the quarter line. Here's a big run. Ellis supplies the tackle. Ball is out of the quarter. Here's Sorensen. Unloads to Greg Mackey. So it's Greg Mackey in possession. Throws out a long ball for Bateman. Bateman well tackled. Here's Paul Cullen. Cullen going central. Head down. Picks up good metres running. There's Gary Sanderson. 6.5 minutes into the second half now. Still 8 points between the teams. Warrington looked sharper than they did in the first half. It's with Kiwi loose forward Kelly Shelford, feeds Matt Forster. Devereux's on the job defensively. Greg Mackey's making signals to his troops. There's a knock on midfield, will result in a scrum down.
Well, Warrington have done as much as they can, I think, in the first 5 minutes of this half. They put a lot of pressure on. They've had 2 good chances to attack, and I think they're going to get another chance here because Widnes seem to have knocked on in retrieving the ball from that scrum. So if Warrington can stay down here, I think eventually they will force a gap.
Well, there's the words of Paul Cook, our in-house Widnes expert. Phil Larder won't have enjoyed that knock-on. Kelly Shelford did, he's in possession. Warrington have got 5 tackles to go then. 9 metres out from the Chemics line. Need a score to get back in the game. Here's Kevin Ellis. Ellis looking to unleash Lee Penny. Does so, Penny straightens up. He's tackled by Andy Courier wearing 3. 10 metres out, 4 tackles to go. Warrington with personnel set deep left. It's with Paul Cullen. Cullen hammered. So it's Dwayne Mann. Here's that man, Greg Mackey. Mackey sees half a gap, unloads for Thornley. Thornley attacks the try line. Big defence applied there in the shape of Hussein Fire-Marlow. Nice passing move from the Warrington club. Neil Harmon takes a massive hit from Kurt Sorensen. 1 tackle to go. It's Dwayne Mann. It's Greg Mackey. Mackey lifts the kick across the field. Lee Penny under pressure collects the ball. It's still the last tackle. Lee Penny's going. Lee Penny almost beats the last line of defence. Excellent enterprising play there from the outstanding Warrington fullback Lee Penny. However, all the pressure's come to nothing. Pressure's only pressure when you turn it into points, of course. Devereux tackled. Ball comes once again central. Neil Harmon involved in the tackle. There's Kurt Sorensen. Brilliant tackle upon him, supplied by Gary Sanderson. There's Tony Thornley tackling Imosi Koloto. Koloto plays the ball for Hume. It's kick time. Early kick put in by the Chemics there. Chris Rudd tidies up, takes possession, tackled immediately. I don't think the defender was 10 metres from him. However, game goes on. Here's Lee Penny once again. Dwayne Mann acting half. Expect the ball to come our way. Needless penalty conceded there by the Widnes player. I believe it was Mr. Sorensen. Will result in a kick to touch. As I say that, wind gussing away from our left. Rudd puts the ball in the Bevan stand once again. So Warrington will have a set of 6. 8 metres within the Widnes half. 10.5 minutes played in the second half. Here's Bob Jackson. Dragging defenders with him. Dwayne Mann assumes the role. Here's Cullen on the burst. Ball's thrown for Kelly Shelford. Widnes line holding up well. Warrington pressing hard then. 24 metres out. Dwayne Mann acting half. It's with Neil Harmon going central. Big vocals coming in from the Fletcher end, where most of the Warrington supporters are. Here's Mackey. Here's Ellis. Unloads for Bateman. Bateman looks for Penny. Penny throws inside for Greg Mackey. Mackey unable to take the ball. Russ Smith incurs the wrath of half of the spectators with a decision there in favour of the Widnes club. Do you think he was correct, Paul?
I don't, to be honest. I think it went back, but I think Widnes will breathe a huge sigh of relief. Having got themselves out of a hole just a couple of minutes ago, they then gave away a needless penalty to give Warrington the chance to mount yet another attack. I think Widnes have really just got to steady things down for a couple of minutes, drive away from the line and put a kick as near to the Warrington line as possible.
So there we have it. That's a tactical view from the ozone layer. Meanwhile, big tackle breaks out right below us upon Julian O'Neill. Courier throws in field for Kurt Sorensen. Sorensen takes on the wire forwards, unloads for Hume. Exciting rugby coming now in this Stones Bitter Championship game. That's David Hume, throws that inside for Courier. Widnes playing superb rugby league at this point. There's Matt Forster on the tackle. Devereux had the line begging. Here's Sorensen. That's David Hume feeding on. Widnes using the full width of this Wilderspool pitch then. Richie Ayres backing up well. Tackle breaks out at the quarter line. It's kick time. Widnes, of course, can use the win to their advantage now. There's O'Neill lifting the high bomb. Will come down in goal. He's taken on the full. Good enterprising play from Widnes there, Paul, moving the ball right across the width of the field.
Yeah, that was much better from Widnes. I think there was just one player too few out on that left-hand side, or there could have been a chance for a try. Again, they worked the ball well upfield, a good kick, but a safe catch, so Warrington able to bring the ball away.
So we're now in the 54th of 80 minutes. Score remains, Warrington 2, Widnes 10. There's Gary Sanderson right below us, tackled by Kurt Sorensen and Hussein Fayamalo. There's Ellis, feeds Harmon, feeds Jackson. Jackson unloads, Widnes come up in possession. Warrington trying to keep the move going there. However, ball unloaded to a Widnes player. There's David Hume attacking the half, feeds Julian O'Neill. Widnes have personnel set deep, look for runners coming. There's Paul Moriarty, he's all on his own, nobody's with him. Big tackle supplied, 10 metres inside the Warrington half. Widnes sending it short side, David Hume throws in field. There's a long ball unloaded for Devereux. Devereux takes on Mark Forster. Forster's up to the job on defence. Big tackle supplied there, it's with Courier. There's Coloto, feeding Sorensen. Darren Wright crops up in field, I believe. Paul Hume. There's O'Neill. Warrington's defence coming under pressure once again. Whistle goes for a turnover. It's good to see the backs cropping up in field, Paul.
It is. I think they realise that the forwards just about cancelling each other out, and if someone with a bit of pace is on hand, maybe next to one of the second rowers or one of the props, if they can get a short ball out, then that's maybe the way they get a break.
So you get an excellent tactical view from up here and in the ozone layer at Wilderspool. There's a whistle for offside. Rare penalty for the Warrington club then. Richie Ayres straight offside. Quick tap penalty taken. Kelly Shelford disappears underneath two white shirts. Mark Forster acting half. Mackie feeds Sanderson. Big Oo comes in from the Fletcher end. Game goes on. It's Dwayne Mann, it's Greg Mackie. Ellis, Thornley. Big tackle on Thornley. Ellis in possession again. Throws out a long ball for Alan Bateman. Bateman goes central, almost away. Richard Ayres kept hold of Bateman's socks well there. Once again we have Greg Mackie. It's a long ball, it's Bob Jackson. Jackson looks for the wingman, none was available. Paul Cullen in possession. Feeds Greg Mackie. Feeds Ellis. Ellis finally tackled after about 496 passes then. 23 metres out, central. That's Paul Cullen. That's Greg Mackie. Here's Kelly Shelford. Has Foster available. Shelford feeds Jackson. Big tackle, 8 metres from the Widnes line. It's kick time for the Warrington club. Last tackle. Dwayne Mann puts the grubber kick into the in-goal area. Tackles completed in goal will give us a dropout underneath the post. 56 minutes played now at Wilderspool Stadium. Still 8 points between these two teams. I wouldn't like to put my money on who's going to win. Widnes deservedly in front at this point. Warrington have thrown everything at them by the kitchen sink. So here comes the dropout. Lee Penny will take possession. Sets off on the run central. Good chase from the Widnes defence. Penny tackled 9 metres inside the Chemics half. There's Paul Cullen charging at Kurt Sorensen. So it's with Greg Mackie. Kevin Ellis juggles the ball, takes possession. Chris Rudd unable to take the pass. Knock on is committed. I can see far side from me, the number 10 board being held up, which means Bob Jackson will leave the field. Gary Chambers will come on in place wearing 15. If Chris Rudd could have took the ball there, Paul, I think that we might have had a bit of fun at the Widnes try line.
Well, I think not only Rudd on that side, but when Bob Jackson pops up on this near touch line, you look for the winger outside him, and unfortunately for Jackson, Mark Forster has gone inside. Otherwise, I think there was a try begging there as well. But Warrington really have, like you say, thrown everything but the kitchen sink at the Widnes defence so far, and Widnes somehow have managed to survive it all.
So here we are once again, Widnes breaking the Warrington defence, bringing the ball out 32 metres from their own line. It's Richard Ayres midfield. Jonathan Davis looks to have picked up a knock. Correction, it's Julian O'Neill. Cold wind blowing into our commentary position again. There's Gary Chambers tackling Moriarty, midfield. Chambers on the tackle again. Julian O'Neill does not look to be in good shape, just below us. However, there's a bomb lifted by Jonathan Davis, runs into Paul Cullen, looks for the penalty. I do believe that Russ Smith is going to turn that one away. Good to see a little handshake between Cullen and Davis off the ball. However, game goes on. Russ Smith blows up for incorrect marking at the play. The ball will be a penalty to the Warrington club. Julian O'Neill does not look to be in good shape at all, looks to have an injury to his right ankle. However, Dwayne Mann is kicking for touch. Approaching three-quarter time here now at Wilderspool Stadium. Warrington needing to get a score on the board. There's Gary Chambers. Picked up a knee injury at Central Park 2 weeks ago. Good to see him back on the park. There's Neil Harmon. Harmon will play the ball. There's Shelford, feeds Mackey. Big hit upon Mackey. Huge hit supplied there by Fire Marlow. Mackey plays the ball for Dwayne Mann. There's Ellis. Kevin Ellis. Ducking and diving midfield. Nicks a metre in the tackle. Dwayne Mann acting half. Mann feeds Gary Sanderson. Sanderson attacks the quarter line, makes it good style. It's kick time once again for the home team, Warrington. There's Mackey. Throws out a long ball, it's with Ellis. It's with Paul Cullen. Ball's unloaded, knock-on committed. On the last tackle will be a turnover, possession for Widnes. So we're getting to the point in the game now where the score is becoming urgent for the home team. However, Widnes in possession in the shape of John Devereux. There's Sorensen. Sanderson supplies the tackle. Sorensen plays the ball for Hume. Fire Marlow tackled on that occasion by Gary Sanderson. It's kick time. Julian O'Neill angles the ball at the corner flag. Ball goes into touch. Excellent kick. 60 of 80 minutes played then. Warrington supporters still awaiting their team's first try. Widnes doing everything correctly at this moment, Paul, employing the percentage game well.
I think so. That was a good kick from Julian O'Neill, considering he's been limping around the field for the last 5 minutes. He managed to find touch, and hopefully Widnes, the defence has been good so far this half. They might be able to keep Warrington pinned down closer to their own line than nearest to the Widnes line where most of the action's been.
Well, there's Tony Thornley playing the ball for Dwayne Mann. It's Kevin Ellis. Big tackle upon Ellis, supplied by Widnes fullback Stuart Spruce, wearing 1. Ellis plays the ball. Here's Mackey. Here's Harmon. Here's Kelly Shelford. That's Neil Harmon. Greg Mackey. Paul Cullen. Widnes fans, of course, away to our right, delirious at this point. There's Ellis. Unleashes Mark Forster. Foster goes infield. Foster still alive. Finally goes down, tackled by Andy Courier wearing 3. That's Kevin Ellis, Greg Mackey. Mackey's lifted one, central. Mackey's first there for the Warrington club. Knock-on committed. Spotted by match official Russ Smith. Awards a turnover. So it's all quiet here at Wilderspool Stadium. That, of course, suits the Widnes club. Warrington fans haven't had much to shout about yet. There's Kurt Sorensen, busting the quarter line, big style. That's Paul Moriarty. Gang tackle upon Moriarty. Finally goes down. Wind picking up again away from our left. Ball is in midfield. Gary Chambers on the tackle, assisted by Gary Sanderson. There's a knock on, missed by all our officials. That's rugby league fire, swings and roundabouts, game's going on. There's David Hume. Greg Mackey on the tackle there. There's a kick from Julian O'Neill, will go into touch for another scrum down. Warrington will take the ball, of course, from the scrum down. 75 metres away from where they need to be. So Kurt Sorensen has gone for a warm. I think that's a tactical switch. I don't think he'd picked up a knock. Warrington in possession then, in the shape of Chris Rudd. Harvey Howard back on the field. There's Chambers. Big hit upon Chambers from Harvey Howard, wearing 8. There's Dwayne Mann. There's Paul Cullen. Moriarty on the tackle. Cullen playing the ball for Dwayne Mann. There's Greg Mackey. There's Kevin Ellis. Throws out a long ball for Chris Rudd, who takes it excellently. He's then hammered by 3 Widnes defenders. So we have Greg Mackey in possession again. Gary Chambers wearing 15. There's Kevin Ellis. Chris Rudd once again. Widnes' defence has been absolutely excellent this far in. There's Dwayne Mann lifting the ball. Safely taken at the quarter line. Good chase from the Warrington attack. Results in the ball being played 22 metres out. No knock-on committed there. Well, Russ Smith has blown his whistle. I think the referee was wrong there, Paul. Would you agree?
Completely. The ball seems to go back towards the post. It was fumbled a couple of times, I'll admit that, but it didn't seem to go forward at all, so maybe that's the break Warrington are looking for, and one Widnes could well have done without.
Well, Russ Smith hasn't missed much this far in. We can forgive him the odd mistake. Results in Warrington having possession. There's Kevin Ellis. Lee Penny cropping up in the line. Lee Penny hammered in the line by Andy Courier. Mark Forster acting half. Foster's going central. Well collared by John Devereux. It's Dwayne Mann. It's Greg Mackey. It's Kelly Shelford. Alan Bateman in possession. Well, Harvey Howard got 1 or 2 warnings when he was on the field in the first half. He's not been back on it 2 minutes and he's at it again. If that had connected, the player would...
I think he was warned in the first half, and the referee finally lost patience with 1 or 2 of these high tackles and put a man in the sin bin. And again, that's something Widnes could have done without. With 13, they defended well, but with 12, it makes all the difference no matter who you're playing.
Thanks, mate. So here's a set of 6 then, 12 metres out from the Widnes line for the Warrington club. Widnes down to 12 men at this point. Harvey Howard, official naughty person, having a sit down. Well, something's gone on again, I think. Not sure what's happening there. There's Greg Mackey anyway. Switch in play. Paul Moriarty, who's been outstanding, supplies the hit, which results in a tackle. Warrington have personnel set deep left. The ball has gone right. It's Gary Chambers. Chambers going. Warrington then pressing hard. Need a score to get in the game. Kevin Ellis unable to take the pass. Widnes come up in possession. Huge cheer away from our right. Widnes have the ball then. There's a big tackle in the quarter upon Richie Ayres. That's Hussein Fire-Marlow tackled at the quarter line. There's Hume in possession. Bob Jackson back on the park for the Warrington club. Not sure who's gone. There's Coloto going central. Unloads, unfortunately for him and the Widnes club. Warrington now have possession. That's Paul Derbyshire wearing 14. Derbyshire going central, taking on the Widnes defensive line. Warrington starting to buzz then. Here's Mackey. Unloads a short ball for Kelly Shelford. Shelford attacks the quarter line. He's thrown over it by Paul Moriarty. There's Greg Mackey. Kevin Ellis. Thornley steaming onto the ball. Mackey and Ellis starting to get more and more involved in the game. Look for the ball to come short side. Well, needless penalty conceded once again. If Warrington can put these 2 points on the board, would only put one try between the teams. Not the best place to give a penalty away, Paul.
It wasn't, but those kind of penalties, I think, are 50-50. It didn't look too much holding down there. And really, Widnes in the second half have been murdered by the penalty count. Stands at 14-4 at the moment. I think with David Myers on the bench, it might be a good idea to bring Myers on with his extra pace. One or two of the Widnes three-quarters look to be struggling a little bit. And if there's ever any breaks made, they might need someone with Myers' speed across the ground in cover.
Thanks to Paul. Here's Tony Thornley. 69 minutes played. Priceless 2 points if Thornley can convert. The ball has been pushed away wide to the right. So 69 minutes played, score remains. Warrington 2, Widnes 10. Warrington have had bags of possession close to the Widnes line. Once again, though, pressure's only pressure when you turn it into points. Ball makes the quarter line. Derbyshire on the tackle there. Big tackle midfield. Ball is coming our way. It's with Coloto. Unloads a good ball. Knock-on committed. Warrington have possession. Advantage will be played. Mark Forster, acting half. Foster goes central. Foster's still alive. Foster picks up 8 good metres there on the run. Dwayne Mann acting half. Here's Mackey. Mackey is in midfield. Feeds Kevin Ellis. Ellis looking for the gap. None available. 9 yards. 9 metres, I should say, from the Widnes line. Looking for the penalty. Does not get one quite rightly. Here's Mackey. Mackey looking for runners. There's none there. Russ Smith plays advantage once again. Warrington not on. Widnes have possession. Midfield in the shape of Stuart Spruce. Big vocals then from the happy Widnes supporters. There's Moriarty attacking the quarter line. Widnes will absorb 3 or 4 tackles here, I'm sure, and put the ball deep in the Warrington quarter. Big tackle midfield. Derbyshire on the tackle, assisted by Gary Chambers. Ball goes short side. Neil Harmon in the tackle. Here comes the kick. Jonathan Davis puts the ball deep in the Warrington quarter. The wind's got hold of it, will go dead. Does so. Well, there's 8 minutes left there now at Wilderspool Stadium, Paul. This would be a morale-boosting win for the Chemics.
I think so. You've got to back them to hold on now, even with only 12 men on the field. It takes something special from Warrington. And I think if they do manage to hold out, it'll be entirely down to the defence. In this second half, it's been virtually non-stop Warrington attacking. And before the last couple of weeks, the Widnes defence, you wouldn't have backed it to hold out. But tonight, they seem to have done a marvellous job.
Well, the Widnes defence has actually, as Paul says, been outstanding. Here's Tony Thornley, cutting back inside. Well tackled by David Hume. There's Bob Jackson, ex-Cronulla and Penrith, tackled at the half. Paul Hume on the tackle. That's Paul Derbyshire. Well tackled by Hussein Fayamalo. That's Shelford, chips a defence. Intelligent kick from Shelford. No knock-on committed as far as I can see. Referee Russ Smith agrees, and he's quite right. So we have 2 Widnes players lying injured at the moment. Paul Moriarty's taken a knock. I can't see who the other player is. I'm advised that it's Devereux. Russ Smith did not stop the clock during that little stoppage there. Widnes physio's on the field. Got her work cut out at the moment. However, the ball is in midfield. Busting run there, attacking the quarter line. Derbyshire on the tackle. Ball goes left through Julian O'Neill. Super tackle supplied there, involving Chris Rudd and Alan Bateman. Ball's coming central once again. Shouts for a forward pass. Ignored. It's kick time. Julian O'Neill lifts the ball central. Lee Penny scampers away after it. It's too strong. Will go dead again. 6 minutes only now left at Wilderspool Stadium. Warrington still, of course, across the Widnes try line. If they did so now, would set up a great finish. However, they are 65 metres away from where they need to be. Need field position. There's Gary Chambers. 10 metres short of the half. Icy wind now blowing into Wilderspool again. That's Gary Sanderson. Ball's at the half. Time running out for Brian Johnson's men. Here's Greg Mackey. Chips the defence. Stuart Spruce, Savers houses at the back. Hasn't put a foot wrong all night. Sets off on the run. Tackled by opposite number, Lee Penny. One or two of the Widnes players now starting to look as though they've had a big night's work. Fitness coming into it. Widnes with personnel set deep right. Look for runners coming. Here they are. It's Andy Courier. Kevin Ellis on the tackle. Ball's going central once again. It's with Julian O'Neill. Paul Derbyshire on the tackle, wearing 14 for the Warrington club. There's John Devereux. John Devereux, ex-Bridgend, as is Kevin Ellis. I don't know whether they both play together. Moriarty rolls the ball into touch then. Hey. Well, Paul, just 5 minutes away from an hard-earned away win. Who's your man of the match for the Warrington club, please?
For Warrington, I think it'd have to be Gary Sanderson. He's worked really hard. I think with Lee Penny, the fullback, perhaps coming a close second. I don't think Penny's done a great deal wrong. Two fullbacks have played really well, but Sanderson's run really hard, and I think I'd give it to him.
Well, there's two awards for Gary Sanderson. I gave him the man of the match at Castleford. My colleague Paul Cook has picked him out tonight. Meanwhile, Kelly Shelford's going central, unloads for Dwayne Mann, feeds Bob Jackson. Jackson well tackled. Big attack there from the Warrington club. Jackson plays the ball. It's Kevin Ellis. It's Greg Mackey. Cuts back. Feeds Tony Thornley. Mark Foster's available. Thornley goes alone. He's hammered in the tackle. Warrington pressing the Widnes line hard then. Time fast running out. Less than 4 minutes. Ellis feeds on for Greg Mackey. Mackey kicks into space. Acres of space. Rudd takes the ball. Last gasp tackle there. Results in a tackle in goal. Well, that was a close thing for the Warrington club. Intelligent kick. Widnes were using condensed defence. Bit of argy-bargy behind the try line. Not sure what's occurred there. Touch judges on the field from the far side. We will, however, have a dropout from beneath the Widnes bar. Substitution taking place. Paul Cullen is coming back onto the park. Man of the match for the Warrington club, according to my colleague. Gary Sanderson is leaving. Here comes the dropout from under the post then. It's Paul Cullen. Cullen goes central. Here's Greg Mackey. Here's Kevin Ellis. Kelly Shelford there, taking the ball into the Widnes quarter. That's Kevin Ellis. Greg Mackey feeds Gary Chambers. Chambers sees half a gap. Pulled down 7 metres from the Widnes line. Mackey's in possession. Widnes' defence, once again, up to the job. I'll have a glance at my stopwatch. Just 2 minutes left now at Wilderspool Stadium. The points are safe for the Widnes club, and I will pick out for the Widnes club. He's been outstanding all night. Number 11, Paul Moriarty, as my best player for the Widnes team. There's Bob Jackson. Kick hits the post. Well, there's an extremely lucky try there. I believe it's Alan Bateman sniffing. Bob Jackson kicked the ball through, comes back off the post. Warrington have tried everything but the kitchen sink, Paul, to score a try. I think even that came into that play.
Well, that was unbelievable. Warrington, like you say, had tried everything. They finally come up with a kick. The kicks haven't worked all night. Widnes have been sweeping them up. That one comes back from the post, and Bateman's there to get it and touch down under the sticks. And now we've got a real grandstand finish on our hands. Widnes, I think, are going to have to put this ball as deep as possible. They're looking a little bit leg weary, and Warrington will probably have time to launch one more attack.
Of course, I would say that a draw would be a fair result. I don't really think it would. Referee Russ Smith stops the clock. Big atmosphere coming in now from all round the famous old ground at Wilderspool. On my watch, there's less than 90 seconds of normal time. It's Greg Mackey. It's Alan Bateman going central, breaking the quarter line, just 2 points between the teams. There's Kevin Ellis. Warrington must get field position. The Widnes players, of course, must not give penalties away anywhere out on that field now. There's Paul Cullen going central, head down. Time fast running out. We are in injury time on my watch. There's Greg Mackey juggling the ball. It's Gary Chambers, well tackled by Richard Ayres. The ball is within the Widnes half. Warrington using tackles up. There's Mackey, feeds inside. It's with Dwayne Mann, tackled by opposite number Paul Hume. Two hookers together there. It's Greg Mackey. Warrington have the overlap. Warrington do have the overlap. Ball is not released. It's a turnover, I believe. Well, that should see out the last few seconds of the game here at Wilderspool Stadium. Score remains Warrington 8, Widnes 10. Widnes obviously will do the correct thing, keep the ball tied in, absorb the tackles, get to the fourth or fifth tackle, put it 60 metres down the field. That's Harvey Howard back on the park again after his indiscretion. There's David Hume. There's the hooter. Well, Paul Cook next to me goes into raptures. That has been an excellent, exciting, absorbing game of rugby league to watch. Widnes have won by 2 points after controlling 80% of the game. Big vocals coming in, and I'll hand over to Paul Cook to sum up the game for you.
Well, I think Widnes finally deservedly hanging on. That Warrington try had a big element of luck about it, and the Widnes players doing the right thing. They've gone to the travelling support behind the posts, and if there's been another feature of the Widnes game in the last few weeks, it's been the support coming from the crowd, and I think tonight they've got what they deserved with that 10-8 victory.
Well, thanks to Paul Cook from the Widnes club. You've seen tries for Widnes from Courier and Wright, and that fortunate try for Warrington from Alan Bateman. Thanks to Greenhalgh's official club sponsors, and I hope you've enjoyed this Micron video presentation. This is Bill Stewardson signing off.